All right, so here's why Whirling Assault feels really bad for most people. There is a delay at the end of it where you can't do any action unless you dodge out of it. You can use Frozen Locust to cancel out of quarterstaff attacks, actually, like this. Okay? However, the delay from Whirling Assault carries over into the next move after you've even done that. So watch. If I use Frozen Locust and then Siphoning Strike, I can do it right away. If I use Whirling Assault, Frozen Locust, then Siphoning Strike, there's a delay. So here it is again. Delay. See that? I was unable to actually do my Siphoning Strike move immediately after. So that's really annoying. The other thing is that the direction of Whirling Assault depends on whether or not you are holding the button down. So if I hit it and then try to move, I cannot move in any other direction. You can't use WASD to move. You can only use the cursor and if you've held on to it. So you have to go like hold the button and use the cursor like this. See that? Okay. And even that feels really clunky sometimes. So like the turn radius of it is pretty bad. You can get better at it by, swirling the cursor around. But yeah, that's why it feels so bad, is because there are these delays that you're not anticipating, that you're kind of unaware of, I'd say. So here's another example. Like if I just try to do basic attack. Ready? Basic attack, basic attack, basic attack, basic attack. There, it finally came out. Here it is. Frozen Locust to cancel. Basic attack. Okay. Frozen Locust, basic attack. See how it goes faster? It's subtle, but it's definitely faster if I don't do Whirling Assault anywhere near any of those other skills. So, in order to improve this, they really should, one, allow you to have a very, very fast skill speed after Whirling Assault if you're doing another attack afterwards. That's what I think they should do. If they don't want you to continuously just have this be your main spin to win move, that would be really nice if, say, you do a palm strike of some kind or a siphoning strike or another move. If the skill speed of that move was greatly enhanced by Whirling Assault. So you could have a line in Whirling Assault then that would say something like, 60% more skill speed of the next attack or something. And it would just be like one attack. It wouldn't be for a duration. I think that would help it so that at the end of this, you could have like this idea that you're building up some kinetic energy or some momentum or something that allows you to go very fast for the next attack. That would mesh really well with something like Whirling Slash, right? Because then you could go like this, and then you could go zip into Whirling Slash. It would almost look like one attack. The other thing they could do is just really improve the tracking of this, so that when you're moving the cursor, you can make it move where you want a little better. It would be kind of nice if maybe WASD then was the way you moved it. I feel like that would feel pretty intuitive since you're using WASD all the time to move around. It would make sense if WASD is the way that you controlled Whirling Assault. And they made the input for it just a little bit snappier, a little bit smoother. The other thing is that I do still think that Whirling Assault should have some synergy with other wind type abilities. I know you can get Staggering Palm and then shoot projectiles from it. Which is good, right? You can use Staggering Palm like this, heavy stun, and then you have projectiles. Whirling Assault is actually quite strong when stacked with Staggering Palm. But I still think that wind abilities like this, with this, should have some type of interaction. Like perhaps the Whirlwind can give the skill speed of this, can make this faster. Perhaps other wind abilities can shoot out from that too. I don't know. I'm just saying, give us some kind of incentive to feel smart about stacking some wind abilities together like that. Okay, so to recap, Allow WASD to move Whirling Assault after you've empower the next attack with more skill speed by a great margin so that you are rewarded for using Whirling Assault and rewarded for coming up with a combo build instead of incentivizing one button builds. Shorten the tail end of it so that you are not stuck doing Whirling Assault and trying to initiate the next attack. Finally, grant some synergy with Whirling Assault and other whirling or wind type abilities. Now, here's something cool about Whirling Assault, though. Now, if I have, say, a target, and I also have an ancestrally boosted attack, where I get these, like the after images of myself, if you cancel Whirling Assault, the after image continues. So check it out. If I go like this, and like this, look. See, that actually finished the attack, even though I dodge rolled. So that's actually a cool aspect of it. The other thing is that because it has like this animation that kind of has to be this length, you know, it says like 1.4 seconds to total attack time. If you don't scale attack speed with it, it still works. So that's kind of nice, actually. So like if you do this, it'll hit something like 4 times right away. Look, if you've ever used the bell with it, you'll notice that you get full bell combo with just one Whirling Assault. I would say that's the only kind of cool things about it. I just think that with the suggestions I made about enhancing the skill speed of the next skill, not having all this delay between attacks and stuff, it could feel pretty fluid and smooth to run a combo build with the assault so that you're like doing something after, you know, and then like that, like if everything just kind of smoothed out, it feels almost like the weapon swap delay or something is baked into Whirling Assault still. And they just really need to clean up the end of that, allow there to be an incentive to use a different skill after Whirling Assault, and then go back into it to make it feel pretty fast and smooth. Especially with the vision of the game no longer being slow, methodical combat. It's almost like a lost artifact. You know, it's like a relic of, you know, a year ago or something. It's just, they need to really clean that up a lot.